complaining, being kind of negative in your thinking about things, about people, and that can go up to that one feels a bit annoyed, but perhaps also already really frustrated or even really angry, furious, and even up to hatred. So that's also possible. So all that is actually based on a kind of they have negative thoughts about systems, happenings, people. And that was a topic yesterday in the NEWEX Hub, and I thought it was really interesting. And I also wanted to share that here on YouTube today with you guys, because there's something very essential that I became aware of yesterday evening again. You know, how much we look at negative thoughts, you know, like negative thoughts are negative. Yeah, so something actually which we should kind of balance out so that we don't think like that. Yeah, so that we don't think about people or happenings in a negative way. But as you know, I like to approach things in a non-dual um, perspective, or from a non-dual perspective. And here, when we look at it from the NEWEX approach, and we look at negative thoughts, and we have, let me say, no opinion about it. We just perceive it for what it actually is, as I call it, the unchangeable, always visible essence. And when you then look at someone who is wired in a way that he has negative thoughts about things, he can be angry about how people are working, or what people are doing, or perhaps how neglected they are, or, you know, I think we all know negative people or complaining people, or even sometimes when we look into the mirror, we must perhaps admit that we are one of them at times as well. And when you are having this, you know, when you are can put a certain push power into a change, into something that should be better or should be different, even though it is your very subjective opinion, of course, you know, it can be right or wrong, and all that depends, of course, on which kind of position you take, and where you are in. But when we look at it without any opinion and without any position, what is actually there is that when you have negative thoughts, you have a clear vision of how things can be better. We have the ones that want improvement. Say they tell also directly of what what should be better. Why don't they do this? Why don't they do that? Yeah. So, and some people are only there in order to appoint what is wrong, and those ones are actually the ones that are hated the most. I hate it, but it's liked, or we look at it like they're not even constructive. They have no constructive feedback. But when you look at it, when someone is simply pointing out and aware of what is, in his subjective opinion, could be better, does not come with a, but you should do it like this or you should do it like that. Yeah, he just creates awareness. He just creates awareness. You create awareness about certain actions, systems, happenings, and you create awareness of perhaps certain consequences, and that what we perhaps take as normal, yeah, because this is a big challenge, that what people do is generally that which they think is normal, otherwise they might not do it, so they don't do it, so they think it's relevant, it's good, you know. And when you have people, when you are one with equality, because I like to look at it as a quality, yeah, that you can simply point out a certain awareness. You create awareness about actions, systems, and you you even don't put any this should it be or that should it be, which is again a different quality, but you're just putting it out. You just create awareness. This is actually very unconditional, because you don't tell people what to do. And when we look at it sec like that, without any emotion, without any judgment of it, yeah, then it's actually really, really a very nice thing, that you can just create awareness without the other one having to do anything with it. Yeah? But of course, we can only do it when it's in a developed way. People who know me, they know that I work that every single trait that we do have has the capacity to be constructive and destructive, depending on how much it is still in the defense way, self-protection way. Yeah, so I all call it also child consciousness. Yeah, so that it's on that level for self-protection and only directed to keep itself safe. Now, or it is freer and it goes into the constructive way, where it comes out of fear and it becomes constructive and also enriching for yourself and others. So every single capacity has no, let me say, every single trait, every single character trait of you, yeah, has that capacity to do constructive work or destructive work. Yeah. And in this case, when we look at it, when you say, yes, I'm a person who sees those things, yeah, and you create a yes towards yourself, you create a yes energy towards yourself, regardless of in which perhaps underdeveloped and child conscious way it is still presenting itself at this moment. Your yes towards it makes all the difference, because you're changing the energy that you have towards yourself. And this energy is a nourishing energy, because development is something that comes naturally. It cannot be forced or pushed, and for sure it cannot be directed. Like saying, no, it has to be like this or it has to be like that, because like also yesterday, with good reason though, yeah, people say negative thoughts are like poison, yeah, and they harm your body. And negative thoughts about people, and being very harsh and perhaps even angry or aggressive, or hatred, yeah, is like giving poison to yourself and thinking that the other one will die. I also like that one. Yeah, so it's it's of course, when you are encounter yourself with this energy, that means with the energy of fear in it. It is not the negative thoughts, as we call it, negative. It is not that which can be better or improved, which you perhaps give just unconditionally. You put it into the room without plan of how they should improve on it, but just awareness, creating awareness about it. Yeah, then it comes in the constructive way, and then it is not harmful. It is just not a fearful energy, an energy of where you feel threatened and where you feel that you have to fight, and where your body is giving all kinds of hormones and adrenaline and I don't know what all else, in order to push it into action, whatever the action might be. Yeah, uh, and and that is of course harmful for our body. But when you are peacefully in awareness and you create awareness of what perhaps might be destructive for people, systems, events, yeah, and you simply share that without them to feel pushed that they have to change anything, but just to create that awareness, yeah, it is neither harmful for you, not it is, nor it is harmful for someone else. Yeah, so to create the change in you in the way that you change your relationship with the traits that you have, and in this case, it is negative thinking. So, and this is like how the NEWEX approach works, that we are creating an observing presence in our life where we see that, where we are not just this child aspect inside of ourselves that is totally identified with it and needs to protect itself, but we are connected with the observer of it, with the space making observer, with the welcoming observer, with the one who sees the unchangeable, always visible essence, yeah, and creates by that the space where development happens naturally and organically.